Oh, we're live, we're live, we're live. Hello. Hey for y'all. I don't know what I do not know. Let's see. Let me just get myself together really quick. Because there are a bunch of things I need to chat about and that I want to share with y'all. So I want to go into my TikTok account first and see. There we go. I'm just gonna watch myself a little bit. So let me just make sure I got everything I want. Am I doing the right way? Where are my glasses, y'all? I don't know where I did my glasses. Oh, here they go. Glasses. Check. And they dirty. Check. Let me see if I can wipe these really quick. I just want to have a late night chit chat, child. I'm in a whole different part of the house. That's what's really interesting. Usually I'm in my room with my microphone, so I hope y'all can hear me. Let me pause Miss Aisha Gilchrist. Let me get my trusty iPad. And I think we're ready to go. This is so fun. I hope my light does not turn off. My light and my camera does not turn off. I wanted to, hey y'all, welcome. Thank you for joining my live. I might be here a while because I don't have nothing going on, but I do need to do one thing. I need an extension cord. But anyway, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me well. Oh, you know what? I did just check the sound when I went live on my phone. So I think we're good on sound. My light has power. Everything has power. We're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. So the main thing that I want to chat about today is just having a conversation with Black women. This is a private chat. So if you're not a Black woman, excuse yourself for just a moment, please. We're going to talk about, I think we need to have a conversation about Black love because there's a problem. There's a problem. And I'm seeing it, and you know what I just realized? I think that I have completely unplugged from the matrix. So I'm seeing things in a much different light. I'm seeing like the conversations are so scary, number one. Because I feel like when you see men who are the age like Brian McKnight, Nick Cannon, like that 40 to 60, 70, having the conversations that you would expect from very, very young guys, even like a Ray J. So we know Kai Cenat is a young guy, but for Ray J to be with Kai Cenat, I don't feel like that relationship is normal. I don't feel like it's normal. So there's that. And I'm seeing just a culture shock for me. It's a culture shock of the immaturity, the lack of responsibility, the how can I describe it? I'm just disappointed. Overall disappointed in what I'm seeing. I also would like to have a conversation about the Dear Future Wifey shit. It's been too much. It's been a whole lot with Dear Future Wifey. And I'm not sure why this person is getting away with being so anti. The show is anti-Black woman, period. And I understand that may be hard for some people to hear, but his show is completely anti-Black woman. It's almost anti-Black love, but because Black women are, I don't want to use the word desperate, and I feel like there's a term that I'm missing that could be better or more appropriate for this conversation. Black women want to be married. They want to have partnerships. They want to have love. They want to be romantic, or they want to have romantic partners, which I believe is fair. It is absolutely fair. And it's very hard for me. I have these conversations with one of my good friends that I feel so bad when I want to have conversations with Black women about the state of dating. How I feel marriage to me feels like, and I'm going to be honest, and I hate to say this, marriage to me feels like a ritualistic energy exchange where women are being sucked dry like a vampire or like a parasite. It's a parasitic relationship. And I hate to say that because for most women, what I'm saying would make me sound bitter, hateful. Oh, you just divorced, you don't da da da. I divorced a man that most women in their minds would probably love to have. But I'm so unplugged from the matrix that I was no longer going to entertain it. I understood what the setup was very early. I think we were married less than 3 years. I don't know the exact time. We were married less than 3 years, but I'm so unplugged from the matrix. In the experience of marriage, I started to see, wait a minute. The exchange, even though he was the quote unquote provider in the relationship, paid all the bills, paid the house. I thought in my mind, this is an amazing setup, but it wasn't because I unplugged from the matrix through my experience. But some women, and I hate, I'm going to touch a nerve, especially Christian women. Christian women, even when I see people who are basing their marriage around religion, I understand that those women will sacrifice themselves for whatever is on the other side. Because the other marriage is what they'll sacrifice themselves for, no matter the cost. And that includes themselves. They will sacrifice themselves in whole to stay married. But what I understood is that I was married to someone who was the provider, who was loyal. I still recognized, imagine that. I'm in what most people would consider a great relationship. For an adult woman, 40 plus years old, the relationship was great. I unplugged from the matrix because I started to recognize, whoa, you don't look the same. You don't have the same energy. Your skin doesn't glow the same way. You're always tired. It feels like a power vacuum is sucking you dry. And you can attach it to any part of your body, and something is literally dragging your life from you. You feel like a host for a parasite. No matter, and I tell my friend all the time, I say, I don't envy. I had a man who was making 6 figures, 6 feet, all that shit. I don't envy women who have these super successful relationship husbands, right? With all this money. My husband was a regular working man. But if you think about somebody who has all this money, I can't imagine what he thinks he can get away with. And what I will tell you is that it's every relationship. There aren't outliers. Go watch the Dear Future Wifey podcast. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring it up for us so we can see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, we talked about last week that one couple who's a pastor. A pastor and the pastor's wife looked unbelievably disgusting on that podcast. As the pastor sat there, 60-year-old pastor sat there and said, "Oh, my wife, she didn't know her worth. She didn't know her value. She was closest to me, so I chose her." She had 5 children by this man who was robbing houses by the age of 25. She's now approaching 60. This is Black love, y'all. This is Black love. I'm trying to warn people. You are expected to be the sacrificial lamb in these situations. And I know it's hard to hear because Black women want marriage. They want husbands. But what I'm telling you is, on the other side of that broom, after you jump that broom, it is ritualistic energy exchange. It is very much like the Little Mermaid, babe. It's like the Little Mermaid. That little seashell sucked up her voice. Ursula sucked up her voice to give her legs. That's what you're exchanging. You're exchanging all of your brilliance, your beauty, your magnificence, your aura, your energy for legs. And the legs is marriage. So you can post a vacation. So you can post going to church together. So you get listen, I know the drill. I know the drill. I know the drill. I was in the drill. So I understand it. You want to be married mainly so you can shit on your friends who aren't married. Most people will never admit that. That's why most Black women buy luxury. Most Black women who, when you can't afford luxury, you buy luxury so you can look like you have a certain lifestyle, only for people who know you. You're not doing it for the rest of the world. The rest of the world doesn't care about you at all. You're buying luxury brands so you can shit on people who know you, your friends and family, the girls you go out with. You want people to think you're doing better than you are. And that's marriage. That's marriage for Black women. You're not coming out ahead. You're not. And I'm somebody that was able to, okay, let's split the house proceeds, what you want from the retirement fund, blah, 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 blah. Girl, I'm still telling you, it's not worth it. Your aura, your energy, your brilliance, your glow, your magnificence is still more valuable. It's still more valuable than any provider can give you. There is nothing on earth. It's almost like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen these experiments or these studies, and like little articles will come out about how melanin is valuable and studied, and they want to like harvest it. So you think to yourself as a Black woman, I have melanin. Why would I? Nobody needs to buy this. That's what I'm telling you is the exchange in marriage. The exchange in marriage is something you don't understand the value because it's natural to you. You don't understand the value because it comes easy for you. You don't understand the value because it's who you are. It's your essence. Other people, your parasite, the one that latches onto you, that husband, he understands the value. And the only exchange you get in this situation is being able to say, I'm married. But you're only a host. You're a host for a parasitic entity to attach themselves to you and suck you dry. I have a coworker. I might have told y'all this story before on the I might not have told y'all this story. I have a coworker. She is an amazing woman. She has foster children and her own biological children. She welcomes any child in need into her home. She has a husband she's been with for multiple decades. Her birthday was coming up, and we were all asking, what are you going to do for your birthday? She said she wanted to go to a restaurant. Think of this. I want y'all to hear me. She says she wants to go to a restaurant, but she knows her husband won't take her. My voice is cracking because that makes me cry. To think of it now is making me cry. This is a woman who has spent her life. She comes to work every day. She spends her life taking care of children that other people could not take care of or did not want to take care of. And for her birthday, she knew that the man she was living with would not take her to a restaurant. Not the south of France, not Seychelles, not London, not Dubai, not Jamaica, not Saint-Tropez. No. A restaurant. A restaurant. It's just like the lady in the bib, the egg lady, the farm. Her husband's family is like the heir of Virgin Airlines or something, or they're like the owners of Virgin Airlines. The family is worth billions in the airline industry. She wanted a trip to Greece for her birthday. I know we're focused on Black women because I'm a Black woman, but nobody's getting a better deal. I'm talking about the entire institution is a scam for energy exchange. Do y'all remember the egg farm lady? She wanted a trip to Greece from a man whose family is airline adjacent. Maybe not even adjacent. They might have their own airline. And he bought her an egg apron. Ballerina Farms. Remember the energy exchange? She was a ballerina in New York. She left her career to go raise his children on a farm. They have 5 children now. And guess what? To this day, 5 children later, she still talks about her ballet career. You only recognize the sacrifice. You only recognize that you're being feasted on once you're in the matrix. And that is your opportunity. Some people will unplug. I unplugged. I said, no, thank you. She may never unplug. She may never unplug from the matrix. And that's why I say, especially Black women who are rooted in their spirituality and Christianity will always choose marriage over themselves. Always. All I'm saying is that you need to understand, if this is what you truly want, understand it is nothing that you think it is. That's it. I'm just saying it is absolutely not what you think it is. I wanted to pull up this Dear Future Wifey stuff so we can all see the debacle that is happening with Dear Future Wifey. Because they're even calling for his podcast to be canceled. And I want to tell you something else. Think about, these are the people that you want to marry. The 60-year-olds, if you're a woman who's of age, the 60-year-olds are Shannon Sharpe. The 60-year-olds are Shannon Sharpe. The 40, 50-year-olds are Nick Cannon and Ray J. These aren't outliers that just happen to have a platform. These are everybody. This is everybody. Everybody. These are the norm. Let me not say everybody. I don't mean 100%. This is the norm. These are not the outliers of our Black society for men. These are the normals. Ray J you're more likely to meet a Ray J at the mall than you are to meet a Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband. You're more likely to meet, and then on top of that, to think that you're not even top of the totem pole when it comes to these relationships. You're not. You're not even high up on the hierarchy. I don't care how light you are. And to me, when I see a woman like a SZA, it's when I see a woman like SZA, when I see a woman like what is this girl's name? She's an influencer. Her name is Karen Britchick. When I see women like this, that's to me exotic. But that's not what these men are talking about. These men want women that don't look like you or their mothers. I unplugged from the matrix, so I have no qualms that I'm not everybody's preference favorite, because I know that has nothing to do with me. I know that if somebody is insulting my looks, a woman as beautiful as I am, it has absolutely nothing to do with me, because I understand the matrix that I escaped from. If somebody ever insults me, period, point blank, about my looks, I know it's anti-Blackness. You're anti-Black or anti-Black woman. Has nothing to do with me. And my biggest problem, let's watch this Dear Future Wifey thing so I can show y'all exactly what's going on. Let me see if I could, I'm gonna save it. And then I am going to try to pull it up on the screen. If you guys will give me just a moment, I should be able to pull it up on the screen. I think I did it pretty quickly. Let's see if I can get there. Yes. We're going to see this now. It is absolutely deplorable and depressing, because I just want Black women to understand exactly what's going on. And then if you think about it, I'm really close to the Wi-Fi, so I'm sorry if my phone is giving you something tired and janky. I'm using my camera, but I can see it says the Wi-Fi is shaky. Let me see. I'm going to share a screen for you all with the audio, and we're going to watch this really quick.
Where God said, just be ready for your wife. So I went to this concert. I was invited. And long story short, as I sat there, he gave all of his background singers an opportunity to get a piece of the song. So two of them stuck out to me. One guy's name was Chris, and then the other was Kanita. And so afterwards, I'm thinking in my mind initially, if they ever come back to Detroit, I might need them in the studio, might work on some records. So I introduced myself to the both of them, and after that I left. And so when I introduced myself to Kanita, I didn't want to be the typical dude off the street, let me get your number in church, what I'm saying? So I just made it simple. I said, you know what, if you're on Facebook, I'll connect with you there. If you on social media, I'll leave it there. If it's more, cool. If it's not, cool.
So hold on, but so you was open to more.
I was open to more, but it wasn't my initial
original intent.
Yeah. See, I was in that time, even though God showed me her, I was still walking according to my preference. I liked light-skinned, long hair, petite models, all that crazy nonsense. I like what I want.
Yeah.
And so the Lord had to show me that that's where I was at. I was just with you. I was tired. I was in a season where God said, just be ready for your wife. So I went to this concert. I was invited.
Okay. So, ladies, as long as you understand what I'm saying here to you is factual, they're saying it out of their mouths as they laugh. as they sit there and laugh with you about how you are not their type. They don't enjoy looking at you. So it's hard for me to tell women that romantic relationships aren't, it may not happen. It's hard for me to tell you that. But my ultimate goal is to protect. My ultimate goal is to protect you. These are not your partners. These are not your equals. These men are moving around like enemies to you. And to say that this is the norm, because we're seeing it over and over and over, thank God for TikTok. Thank God for TikTok. TikTok has created community for women to see that we're all having the same experiences. Thank God for TikTok, the realness, the rawness. Facebook is where, Facebook, Meta, Instagram, whatever you want to call it, is where people go to present an alternate reality to their friends, families, and followers. TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. Oh, thank you. I would love for you to have some. It's Fenty Beauty. And the color is Spice Cold. I'm going to reply to you so you can maybe take a screenshot. It's Fenty Beauty. It's a lip. Oh, girl. I don't know. Fenty Beauty Spice Cold. Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. Thank you. But I want you all to see something else. I just admire this woman. Her name is Shonda. She's also on TikTok. I want you to see her take on what we just watched. I think she's brilliant.
According to my preference. I liked light-skinned, long hair, petite models, all that crazy nonsense. I like what I like.
Although it's called Dear Future Wifey, it is a humiliation ritual for Christian women. Men jump on here boldly and with their whole chest talk about how they settled for their wives. What he has never featured on his podcast is a woman giving an hour-long interview about the many ways she dogged her husband out, but how God came in, changed her heart, and they have a beautiful love story. It's struggle love with Bible verses attached to it. It glorifies being a wife over dignity, self-respect. It makes it seem like if you could pray hard enough, you'll get you a man. Even a man who didn't initially want you. Men have always tried to get women to settle. Now you're trying to say God wants us to settle too? Not the same God that said he would give us the desires of our heart. Most of us desire a man who's initially attracted to us, who wants us initially, who doesn't have to be prayed into loving us. You never tell men to endure mistreatment by a woman who didn't want them. You never tell them to pray and pray that God will change their heart and their mind. You never do that to men, but you always do it to women.
Even though God showed me her.
So everybody be sure to follow me. My name on TikTok is also live_well_LA. So my name across the board, TikTok, Instagram, and here is Live Well LA. I want to really hone in my channel and make it all about, I really want to make my channel all about living a better life, realignment, finding your true purpose, taking steps as I grow with you, though. Like, it's not just, they have, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They have to. I'm going to tell y'all a story today that happened. I have a friend I used to date a while back, very successful gentleman, but socially, he ain't got it. He's not there. He's a nice guy, but just socially, he's not there. So today, I was asking him, he was telling me a while ago that he had met someone and he was really excited. But he was telling me, oh, the woman's father didn't see it for him. So the woman's father didn't like him. And so he said to me, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was waiting for you to maybe announce that, you were taking it to the next step or engaged or whatever. He was like, yeah, maybe I'll start dating out. What I knew, that triggered another memory I'm going to have for y'all. another story I'm gonna tell y'all. What I knew when he said that was that he wanted a response. He wanted me to say something. And I said, oh, that's good. I've been doing that forever. I think it's good to keep your options open. I think what he wanted was a response from me. But no, I think it's absolutely true. People should, especially Black women, keep their options open with safety, of course, in mind, but definitely keep their options open. Keep their options open. And there's also, you have to understand the nature of these people, because I had another guy the other day. Let me see if I can pull up that text message. It was so, what he said to me, I took a screenshot because I wanted to talk about it on another podcast, my other podcast. He said to me, he was looking through my photos and he said, you're so feminine. You look so feminine in all your pictures. And I thought to myself, maybe 20 years ago, now I'm 41, I'll be completely transparent. I'll be 42 in a couple days. I'm 41. 20 years ago, you're so feminine, you look so ladylike, you whatever he said. I can't find it now. But it was something along the lines of you look so feminine. And my friend was like, oh yeah, you do. He's right. And I thought to myself, before I unplugged from the Matrix, that type of compliment to me would have been, oh, I love that compliment. But today, I understand that compliment is only to contrast other women. And I'm not the type of woman, you don't need to give me clout by placing me on another woman's back or placing me on another woman's throne. That compliment to me was kind of like, because you know what's out here, you know how they be dressing, you know how they be looking. That's what I felt. Like, it didn't feel like a genuine compliment just about me. It felt like you was trying to rag on other women. Because if it was just about me, I don't know, it would have gave me a different energy. It just felt like somebody that wanted to say, oh, you know how the other girls be dressing. You don't dress like them. You dress nicer than them. You dress more ladylike than you. Keep yourself covered up, unlike they do. Take that on somewhere, because I don't even like compliments like that. You're never going to put me and another woman in comparison with one another, against one another. None of that. But that is the type of mindset that we're dealing with. It also makes me very nervous because have you all seen, let me just pull it up. And I'm torn. I don't know what I feel about it, if I feel a ways at all. But I did want, ladies and gentlemen, introducing, I'm not going to say it out loud because I think I'm getting a little loud. But here we go. Oh, thank you. I love it. Yes, I'll be 42 in a couple of days. I wanted to show y'all this. Hopefully you can see it. Let me see. Anyway, it's a t-shirt. Our current presidential administration is wanting to make a third run. And what I notice now is that the vitriol and the constant warring between women and men, not just in the Black community, but overall, current president's base is only growing because men are so angry. They're lonely because more and more women are pulling out and saying, I'm not interested. I also saw something from another creator on YouTube where women are saying, I've not been more uninterested in men in my entire adult life. Overall, more women are saying, but I was telling my girlfriend the other day, I was like, I'm not interested in men, but I like to get dressed up. I like evening dinners. I like being, the door open for you, picked up, taken out, X, Y, and Z, and of course not paying for it. And I said, yo, how can I get this without involving dating? And she was like, you can't. And I was like, oh my gosh, what do I do? What do I do? But just those simple interactions, I'm starting to see that there's a bigger divide than I even recognize between, there's like a true war of the sexes that is going to make finding a romantic partner for Black women even more difficult. But as you said, Clever Girl Reading, Black women have to start dating out, where they have to recognize that the family that they should build is maybe with other Black women. And I don't mean romantically, but I mean where you get fulfillment, you get love, you get joy, you get energy that is reciprocated, you build community more than ever. You have your sisterhood, but you grow it. I think that's where we're headed, because I don't know if the men are so resistant to change, what happens next? The men seem to be resistant to, I mean, they're even online talking about how they can make a baby without women, and they don't need women to make a baby. And it's like, okay, we're headed, I don't know where we're going. Where are we going? Where are we going? And I don't know. I just want Black women to, number one, unplug from the matrix. That doesn't make you bitter. That doesn't make you an angry Black woman. That doesn't make you anything like that. It makes you smart and aware to move differently, pace yourself differently. I've also noticed the uptick in a certain type of people on dating apps. People are putting on what was that old song called Putting on the Ritz? People are putting on the Ritz for these dating apps because of the immigration policies. So women need to be even more careful, turning up the charm so they can maybe be married in a couple months and working on immigration paperwork in a couple months. So women even have to be more careful with these men on the apps. The West Africans, the Hispanic men on the apps, people are like desperately running to the apps. I was on there maybe a few weeks ago, and everybody, and I live in the Chicagoland area, kind of further out, but near Chicago. Every person you swiped was West African. Every single person. Every single person you swipe on those dating apps nowadays is West African. Every single person. And I'm sure that's probably popular for any metropolitan area. But we know their culture. Their culture is to be married already. These people aren't 45, never married, no kids. Come on. That's just not how I go. That's just not how it goes. Somebody is waiting on them to get their citizenship, whether it's a child, a wife and children. Somebody is waiting on them to use you for citizenship. You better be ready. If you want to get back on the app, be careful. There are so many of them on there now, and I think they're going to turn up the charm, take you on a bunch of dates, and then propose to you and say, hey, let's get married right now. Where's your family? We need a pastor. Tell your mother, come down. We need a pastor. Because, well, we know why. So I just want women to be careful and be smart. Let me fix my lighting. Sorry. I want women to be careful, be smart, build community, and be hyper aware. I don't want you to be critical. I talked about this in my last video because I was talking to somebody recently. I'm going to pin this comment again. I was talking to somebody recently, and he was like, well, you're on the apps, but I feel like you're trying to, I was asking questions, which I thought were normal questions. And he was like, are you asking because you're actually curious and you're open to getting to know someone? Or are you asking me these questions because you want to weed me out? He was like, if you're not open, you need to be honest that you're not open. If you're just on here to pick people apart, then maybe it's not time for you to be dating. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense because I'm hyper aware, number one, of what's going on, which makes it hard to date. When you're really brilliant, I'm like mad scientist brilliant. When you're really brilliant, it already makes it hard to date. But when you're really brilliant and you're in this current state of affairs with the sex wars or the gender wars, then it makes it even more impossible. But he was absolutely right. And I had to open myself up to the idea that if you're closed to letting people in, you're also closed to being open up for anything good to come in. So I said, I'm not open to dating. I'm open to experiences. I'm open to exploring doing a lot of self-reflection, some realignment with my life and my health and my overall wellness. But I don't think dating is what I want to do right now. And I need more women to realize maybe there is something else like pulling you. If you feel like, oh, I want to meet that man. Oh, I want to have a family. There may be something else pulling you. And that could be your religion. That could be your spirituality. That could be God talking to you, the universe trying to realign you. Whatever that is, I think you need to explore that more, because what we're seeing right now, and if we're honest, I'm a numbers person. The numbers, like Clever Girl Reading said, the numbers don't make sense. I'm very into data, maybe because I'm a Gemini. I'm very black and white. And the numbers just don't add up for women to have that 1 in 1 million. You met the one guy who's amazing and loyal and honest. And I also saw something, I wish I could pull it up. Let me see if I sent it to somebody else. There was a woman talking about, because I have no knowledge, let me tell you, I have no knowledge that my husband ever cheated on me. That's not why we split up. I have no knowledge that he was ever unfaithful, ever. What I will say, though, is I saw a woman online today that said she had the same ideas before she split with her husband, that I never knew anything, saw anything. But she found out that he was unfaithful. And he was meeting up with a woman before he went to the gym every morning. He would leave for the gym at 4 a.m. He would go to the woman's house and then go to the gym at 5, work out, come home. And she said, there's no way that I could compete with a woman that's willing to be seen for 1 hour, 4 days a week at 4 a.m. So women, if you are looking for that perfect person, understand there are women that will take him at his absolute lowest. There are women that will take him at his absolute lowest. Imagine taking somebody into your home in bed at 4 a.m. because there's no other time he can be available for you because he has his family at home. That may be another reason why we have men. No, that is another reason why we have men who are unwilling to improve, because there are women who will say, oh, it's fine. I don't mind. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, let's do that. Whatever that piece of a man is, there are women who are willing to accept it. I also wanted to see if I can find one more thing before we wrap this up that was on TikTok floating around today. I'm hoping I can find it. Activity center. Hold on, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Give me 1 second. I gotta plug in while I'm looking for this. Here we go. Watch history. And this one was very scary, ladies. Okay, I just saved it to my TikTok. This one was very scary. Now we need to get into another conversation about consent and behavior, overall behavior and consent. So I hope this is not, if it could be triggering, please exit now. I hope it's not, but again, it absolutely could be triggering for SA. So I want to just see if we can get it. Let me see, repost. No, it's going to be here. Let's try to refresh. I know I just saved it. Hold on, y'all. And here we go. This is scary.
Where it's like, I don't like you. I want to hit it. I don't want a relationship. That's the reality. Women go, but tell me that. Where would that get us? Nowhere.
Exactly where it's supposed to get you. Because a girl who doesn't want that arrangement is allowed and has the freedom to say no, thank you. So you can go find the girl who does want the arrangement.
100%.
So
But I don't want the girl that want the arrangement. I want you.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't really want me.
Yes,
you
I
want
do.
an encounter with me.
I do.
You want, and you don't
No,
want me.
I want an encounter with you. Yes. I don't want you. I want the encounter. However you word it. Yes.
You can't have everything you want.
I can get the encounter if I lie. But if
But when I say it, it's not always just a sneak attack. You have people that will prey on people. They are calculated. These people are calculated. They will sit and plot and plan when, how, where, all.
And look at this first comment here. This woman, Alicia here. This is coercion. They will spend months, 90 days, 60 days, whatever, a half a year taking you out, buying you flowers, having zero intent on improving your life. This is unbelievable. It's not even unbelievable. It's believable. It's believable. These are, let me finish the video. We're going to talk about it because it's very weird.
All of that. They're drugging people. They're lying to people. They're manipulating people. They are planning to do this. And you mean to tell me that you think your shoulder being out or some cleavage being out or some thighs being out, you mean to tell you think that that's what's going to make a person do all of that? We are hearing a predator mindset from a predator. And he has no shame in talking about it.
I think that's the scariest part, ladies. The scariest part is there's no shame. Bring back shame. Bring back shame. Y'all remember that episode of Game of Thrones? Shame, shame. They walked Cersei down the cobblestone road. Was that Cersei they were showing? Yeah, it was. They walked Cersei down the cobblestone road. Shame, 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 shame. These people should be, I ain't gonna say what they should be, child, but y'all know.
He's not embarrassed. He knows that he's saying this on a public podcast that's going to be posted and possibly seen by millions of people, and he don't care. If it hasn't been made clear enough, it is about predators wanting what they want. It is about them wanting to get their way, wanting to have whatever it is they want to have, and they don't care about how their victims feel. And it's like that in every single situation. They're nasty, vile people that do whatever they can to get their way.
where it's like,
Unfortunately, ladies, this is what I agree. I know. I feel the same way. We should be calculated, getting what we want. But then you have these men who have been dating you for or married to you for 20 years that'll go on Dear Future Wifey podcast and say, well, I kind of hated everything about her. And then I just got tired of giving my preference to everything I had. And I knew this black lady, she would come in and just let me do absolutely nothing. That's the scary part, is that, yes, you think you're in a healthy situation, and then he gets the opportunity to talk to other men, and this is what he says about you in your face on TV or on Dear Future Wifey. He says this in front of multiple cameras facing him in front of you. Imagine what he says behind your back. That's this. I know this is the issue. Clever reading, girl. You're absolutely right. The problem is we don't know what to do. And that's another problem for me, because I have never had in my adult life, and I haven't had relationships that were physical or any DV or anybody that I needed to call the popo on or call my cousin Ray Ray and them on. I never had nothing like that, but I still know in my heart, as a adult woman, being 100% realistic with myself, I've never had a love that I would want for my daughter. I have never had a romantic relationship that I would want for my daughter. Never. And I'm being realistic. I'm not even expecting or looking for perfection. What I'm saying is I don't expect humans to be perfect in any way. I expect humans to be flawed. But it's scary to know that, and I've had, the providers, the guys with money, they take you out to eat, you go on trips, go out of town. I've still not had someone that I would be like, yeah, that would be great for her to experience something like that. No, never. I mean, maybe because they all ended. I just don't know. There is not a me. I really hope that you all had a great time in here. If you're in here, you've been hanging out with me. I'm so glad. I love to talk about pop culture. I want to talk about also, y'all, we're going to come back. I'll be back this weekend live and posting videos. So please subscribe to my channel. I want everybody to also see this new show with the Housewives of Potomac. Giselle and Ashley, and then Shannon Bedore from Real Housewives of Orange County, and Luann de Lesseps from Real Housewives of New York City on this Love Hotel show. I think it's great. Enjoying myself. It's stupid and fun. And I think it is just the bee's knees. Yeah, but what I really want, I wanted to show y'all something else with this guy. What's this guy's name, y'all? The Nick Cannon. I don't know if I can pull it. Oh, I might be able to pull it up. Let me see if I can find this Nick Cannon. He's such a fool. Like, what is going on? Here we go. This is so problematic to me. I don't understand that these are the conversations that we're having in our community. It makes me so frustrated. Like, I understand you want to be funny, but you're so influential. You have so much power that you could be having conversations that really, really that make sense. Not stupid shit all the time. Excuse my language. Not stupid shit all the time. That is the problem, babes. It's always some foolishness. Let me play this video for y'all.
So you took out a $10 million insurance policy on your testicle.
Well, see, that's the thing. I personally did. Someone else took the insurance policy out on them. Funny enough, I mean, it started off like, yo, this would be a good joke, but we really went through with it. Dr. Squatch, who is like, they're known for like, manscaping and all that stuff. They were like, yo, a lot of celebrity women are insuring their legs in case something goes wrong.
Heidi Klum.
Yeah. And they were like, well, what's your most valuable asset, Nick? I was like, my
Insure them.
And I got the insurance policy in my office. It's like it's so legit.
How do you call in that insurance claim? Like, what happens?
We actually went back and forth with this because it's like, all right, it's $5 million per testicle. And like if I happen to lose one, all the money goes to my kids. So
what if one was just sliced a little bit?
Yeah, right. I'll cash it in.
Just a little bit,
just
like a
couple mil.
Damn, I need a house. Let me just get a knife real quick.
Yeah, right?
Puncture a ball.
Jesus. What? I'm exhausted. But I'm my sister's keeper. I don't think they do either. It's all shits and giggles all the time. It's shits and giggles all the time, and shits and giggles for their homeboys at the expense of, usually when it's shits and giggles with their homeboys, it's at the expense of making fun for women. I asked the question the other day on my TikTok. I said, are men happy? A general question, are men happy when it's not about exploitation, not about using a woman's body, not about taking advantage of someone else, but just generally, just getting up, going to work, living their daily lives, are men happy? But the problem is they don't want to take any step in that direction. It's just a constant reload, fire off, reload of misogyny. It's the constant misogyny. That is what's bothering me and plaguing me to this day, is the constant misogyny. Their ears aren't opening up. They complain about loneliness. They complain about gold digging. They complain about everything except how to make things right. There's no solution conversations happening. I think that's something we need to talk about too. Nobody is having a conversation about solutions. Everybody is simply having a conversation about the problem. We would like for men to say, okay, what do y'all need, even amongst each other? Brother, what do you need? What is preventing you from, and you're absolutely right, clever girl reading, I'm sorry. Clever girl reading, you're absolutely right. They don't have a role model. They also have been exponentially uninterested in higher education. So there is a study out that Touré, y'all remember Touré from MTV? Touré from MTV I want to, let me say this. I'm sorry. Touré from MTV brought to TikTok a study, or made it popular. Somebody else probably talked about it before then, but made a conversation about how Black men are not enrolling in universities. The rate is dropping faster than any other group. I don't even think any other group had a decline. It might have been around the same, but Black men are the only ones, and I'm not just talking about American Black men, but this study may have just been about American Black men. But Black men as a gender and race are not enrolling in higher education. So Touré brought this to the internet, and then I wanted to show you a take somebody had on it from TikTok, because that's my favorite platform. So let's see what her take was really quick, y'all. Parents. Yeah, I'm going to add this back up, and let's have a conversation about this now. Because as you say, college is expensive, but is there an alternative? I agree. College is expensive, but there's no alternative. It's not like Black men are deciding not to go to college and entering the workforce earlier. I think that's the shift that's missing. It's just, okay, Black men aren't going to college, but trade school enrollment is not going up. Entrepreneurship in Black men is not going up. They aren't traveling more. See, that's the problem. They are simply withdrawing from higher education. They are simply withdrawing from higher education and not entering the workforce. So let's just let's probably get this woman's take really quick, and then we'll come back and have a conversation.
So when the whole Black men aren't going to college discourse was really happening last week, I didn't have much to add. But this morning I thought of a conversation I had with my brother, who was in college, a while back, and it painted this really interesting picture. We were having dinner and I was just talking about what plans are going on, and he was like, a few of my friends are going to Vegas, but I'm not going with them. And I was like, why? You just turned 21. That sounds like it could be fun. And he was like, Crystal, I'm 21, I don't have any money, and I'm still in college. I'm at the bottom of the totem pole. So go to Vegas, the place of flashiness and gambling, for what? And I was like, I guess you make a point. And the way he said it with like no embarrassment about this fact, just the acknowledgement that he's not up yet, was really, really healthy to me. Because I don't really know a lot of Black men who can sit in that. Something that I bring up a lot in my content and in my life, just because.
And I think that's a brilliant point about the whole overall topic. Like you said, Clever Girl Reading College is expensive. I totally understand that, but they don't seem to understand trajectory. So if you're saying I'm not going to college because I'm going to get a job, you can do that job, but then that job turns into 10 years of you like this. When college can give you, there seems to be no foresight. There's no foresight. It's like a switch that's clicked off. Even with the guy that was saying, I'm going to lie to get the encounter with you. I'm going to lie to get you out of your, to get you more comfortable with me. I'm going to pretend to be this person so I can have this engagement with you. But there's no foresight, not about the activity, but about saying it on a public platform. And this, your face being the face of manipulative assault. There's no foresight. And I don't know where they would get that from. If it's not instinctual, where does it come from? If they don't see themselves headed towards a path of continually supporting supremacy and them being under the foot of supremacy because they want to have a war with women. The same women that support them, take care of them, try to uplift them, they want to have a war with women to be part of the white male patriarchy. They want to continue to be a part of, or they want to try to be a part of the white male patriarchy. That's why if this person tries to run for 2028, there's going to be a growing population starting now or starting when he was elected in January to 2028 of Black male men who want to vote in that direction because of their absolute because of the hatred they have for women. They have an absolute hatred for women, and I'm trying to understand that. But like she said, they don't want to sit in it. It's like somebody drowning who can't swim. I understand it's overwhelming, but as a swimmer, I know calm helps you. I don't know if that's a great analogy, but you make better decisions when you pause, right? There's no pause. There's this constant flailing. I'm going to fight everybody, everything. I don't want to hear what you got to say. You make no sense. You make me mad. I can't take it. It's a constant flailing instead of saying, okay, wait, let me understand this take. Let me see what the future looks like for me. Let me see how this will probably not be a good idea if the only people thinking of us, if the only people thinking of Black men are Black women, why wage a war with them? There's no foresight, and I feel like Black women need to understand that and stop trying to make allyship with them until they get themselves together. This is maybe some people you need to walk away from, let them figure it out on their own, and then come back. Because I have never seen people more angry than a broke man who's already pissed off at the world because he ain't do what he was supposed to do in his life. I don't know. I'm just trying to have a conversation with Black women to build community and love amongst each other. And I hope you all had a great time hanging out with me. I'm very tired now. This hour-long chat could be 2 hours. I could go on all day about it. I would play off something else, but it's not even worth it. It's not worth it. Everything supports what I say, and nothing supports the illusion of union with these people. They are not in allegiance with us, unfortunately. And I'm not saying 100%. Please understand that this video was not 100% about all men, all Black men. That's not what I'm doing here. I'm telling young women to understand the numbers, like Clever Girl Reading said, the numbers aren't just going to work out for everybody. So Black women, find community, date outside if you're interested, but just overall, be hyper aware of what's going on around you. Hyper aware of what's going on around you. Some men have manipulative mindsets. Some men look to prey on you. Marriage could be a scam of energy exchange, where these men find their health. Married men are healthy. Married men are happy. Married men have peace. Married men are elevating in corporate America. Married men are getting the benefit. Single women are the happiest gender. Married men are next. Married women? I don't know. But I hope you all enjoy your Friday night. Thank you for hanging out with me. I am about to make some dinner. It's very late, but I don't know. Maybe I'll make dinner. I got some steak and some stir-fry vegetables I wanted to just whip up really quick. So maybe y'all know me. I don't know. I could bring the laptop. Oh, I got the camera connected to the laptop. So it's a lot going away. Bye. Headscarf. Yes. Let me put it in the chat, girl, before I get out of here. It's Karl Lagerfeld. Oh, let me see if I can find a name. I still got the tag on it, actually. Let me see if I can find the name of this scarf. It might have a print name. It's like a white and black newspaper print. No, just like an item number. But it's Karl Lagerfeld is the brand. And I got it at Ross or TJ Maxx, one of those. It was probably Ross. Yeah, it's a huge one too. I got another one. My ex-husband got me a nice scarf. It is by I can't remember what that scarf by. It's so beautiful. I love headscarf in the summer. I love the headscarf. Like I wear my scarf and then I put on my sunglasses. This is my like summertime look. I could put on a tank top and a white pair of shorts, tank top, some denim shorts, and a little sandal. Girl, this is my look. I love a headscarf. Even with braids out, headscarf, some cute sunnies, and I'm good, girl. Yes. I love a good headscarf. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening. And I'll be back. So make sure you follow me, subscribe to the channel. We had a good time today, baby. We had a good time. I love going live because it's just really off the cuff kind of stuff. And follow my channel. And I have another channel, a podcast called Bonnets and Bathrobes. So yeah, spelled just the same. Bonnets, like a hair bonnet, and Bathrobes. It's on YouTube and it's also on all this podcast streaming services like Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and FM Player. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for Clever Girl Reading and everybody else who stayed to hang out. I appreciate you all. Goodbye.